So this time, from the DC Universe Green Lantern Classics Wave 2, we'll be taking a look at the one of the two two-in-one figures that are present in this wave. And we're going to start out looking at Medphyll. Of course, these have interchangeable parts to build another character. The backing and packaging actually comes, you can get for both ways. You can get Medphyll, or the other figure in this wave is called Naut Kei Loi. I happen to have the packaging with Medphyll. The biography and statistics for both figures, and other figures in the wave you can see here, as well as you can see the Estelle Build or Collect and Connect figure. So looking at Medphyll, and see he is a pretty cool looking or funny looking alien. Is basically they've given a more tree-ish look here, but in the original comics he looks much more like a piece of broccoli for a head, there with a mouth and a single eye. He's got pretty standard articulation for the DC Universe Classics. Paint is all pretty good. They did a nice job painting him. Again, like I said, they made him a little bit more tree-like. The only thing I have issue with is that his eye isn't dead center. It's all looking off to one side. It does have this sort of really grayish white, but I wish the gloves there were just a little bit whiter. Oh, and just to note, he, instead of having regular, rounded feet, he has these two-toed feet instead. Now, Medphyll is the Green Lantern from Sector 586, and he makes his first appearance in Green Lantern number 11 in 1962. And Medphyll was a very skilled and loyal Green Lantern, specifically to Hal Jordan. He was even loyal after his possession by Parallax and the destruction of the Corps. And he was so dedicated to being a Lantern that he went ahead with the replacement group called the Dark Stars, and which were used suits, powered suits, instead of rings. They were headed by an offshoot of the Guardians called the Controllers. However, the Controllers ended that program, and he sort of drifted around, and he makes an appearance in the Starman series as part of a bunch of rebels helping the Prince Gavin Starman retake his throne. But in something that is very against character, he betrays that side to the usurpers of the throne, and almost kills the Jack Knight Starman. He has shown up in the Jeff Johns relaunch of the Green Lantern series, and Johns has not addressed that previous appearance in Starman. It's been speculated that since he is a plant-based life form, that he's able to transfer his essence and sentience into other plants, and thus maybe much like Solomon Grundy, like he comes out a little bit different each time he moves on to another body. And so maybe that might explain why he was kind of a real jerk and went against all his Green Lantern training and morals in that Starman appearance. However, that's never actually been formalized as to that being the explanation. It hasn't really been a prominent character. There have been newer Green Lanterns that they've focused on. He was kind of one of the old guard lanterns. In the 60s and 70s, he was the go-to alien guy that he always warrants an appearance in whatever interpretation, whether it be animated or the live action movie. He's going to be in the live action movie. So we'll move on to Naut Kei Loi from his sector is unknown, but he's actually older than Medphyll, and appearing first in the Green Lantern number 9. This guy's a little tricky. You gotta take his helmet off, and you put his little collar on here, and then click on his head, and then you can put his helmet on again, and there you go. Now it's exactly the same figure. The only thing that's changed is the head and this piece here. He needs the helmet to survive because he's a water breather there, but I will take off the helmet to get a good look at the sculpt of the head and the paint. Very nice, sort of open mouth fish face. You can see the gills there. Nicely painted spots, and he's got the little fin on top. Really nice. Some pretty good details on here. Looks like a voice box so he can communicate with other people. And you have like a power device, maybe something to replenish the oxygen in the water. Kind of a background alien for those real classic Green Lantern stories from the 60s and 70s. He's still around. He's not been really replaced, but their focus has moved on to newer lanterns such as Naut Kei. He's pretty much just in the background as an interesting fish guy. That does it for the 2-in-1 figure of Naut Kei Loi and Medphyll. Stay tuned for a review on the last and remaining figures, which is another 2-in-1, and the Collect and Connect figure of Stell. And until my next video, I'll see you.